Welcome to what is now episode 7 of Hustle Sauce. My name is Michael Sharkey. I'm the founder of Your Podcast Coach, always joined by Ryan Hartman, co-founder of Thanks.io. And today we're going to go over something that may be one of the most important aspects of your entrepreneurial journey, and that is the mailing list. So what do we got today, Ryan?
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about why you should build an email list. I'll assume a lot of people listening already know this, but for those of you who this is all totally new to, we'll talk about the importance of an email list. We'll go through a little bit about construction of a lead magnet that'll help you build your email list and how to kind of go about constructing one of those. And then this episode or next, we'll probably have time today, we'll talk about building a landing page. So hustlesauce.info / episode 7, hustlesauce.info / episode 7 is where the show notes are. And then Michael, I'll let you talk about the importance of building an email list. Why should we be doing this?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, if you ever talk to a room of entrepreneurs and you ask a room of entrepreneurs, okay, well, what's the best piece of advice you could give, or what is a regret you have? 9 out of 10 will say, I wish I would have started my email list sooner. I hear that all the time. And then it's okay, well, why? What is it about an email list that is so crucial and so important? And just to, again, back up for a moment. An email list is literally just a collection of people who have opted into a page where you are collecting their email. So it's permission marketing. You now have permission to send them emails to market to them. But at the end of the day, when you do the work that we're going to talk about today to create an offer that allows people to opt in for something for free and send you their email, is that you own that list. So whether it's one person, 5 people, 10 people, 10,000 people, at the end of the day, that is a list of people that you have permission to market to whenever you want. Will some of them unsubscribe? Yes. Will some of them not get the email because it'll go to spam folder? Yes. But at the end of the day, for all of the ways that you could potentially market your business in today's day and age, whether that's through Facebook or social media or whatever, email is still the best one-to-one direct ability or direct way to potentially sell your products and services to a group of people who, and we'll get into this in a second, is already asking for information from you. So again, I cannot stress enough, again, my biggest regret is I wish I would have started building an email list, 10 years ago. But I've also learned that you do not need a big email list to monetize it and to make money and to market yourself.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest thing. It's an asset, as I'm typing up on the screen here. It's probably the biggest asset you have. And the reason it's an asset is because you have the ability to, at will, shoot out a message and potentially have it turned into money quickly.
Yeah, and I remember reading and I've read different statistics, for every person on your list, it's $40 a month. I don't know. I the bottom line is, you're right. It is an asset, and nurturing the list, and we can talk about that in future episodes about. Yeah, okay. So you have an email list. What do you do with it? What do you email? And we can talk about different styles of emails. But the bottom line is what we're talking about today is the creation of a way to get people into your universe, into your world, that will, I would argue, be one of, if not your most important assets of your business.
Yeah. I think a lot of people talk about $1 per email per month as the potential for revenue, but really that's going to be all over the board. It might be at 10 cents per email. If depending on the quality of what you're sending, you can make $10 per person on your email a month. But you need to start with having the emails before you start talking about them. Yeah. So let's get into, how we go about building this email list. And I have a bullet point here. We need a lead magnet first. And Michael, I thought maybe it'd be interesting. Let's talk about what you use as a lead magnet. And I'll briefly define the lead magnet. So lead magnet is some stuff or something that people will trade your contact info for. It'll attract them to you, and they'll be compelled to cough up the email address to get this stuff. So what have you typically done? I know you have a few you work with.
Yeah, I've worked with a couple. The one that's worked the best for me for a couple of reasons is in my business where I help people create unique podcasts. is understanding that when somebody is kicking the tires about a podcast, they have questions. So I call it a workshop, and it's my 7-day podcast workshop. Now, what that really is that every day for 7 days, I'm going to send them an email. And I've isolated through all the years of working with podcasts what those big questions are. And it's like, how do I get the tech? Or, what if my idea is no good? Or what if I think I sound stupid or things like that? And really all it is that every day for 7 days, they just get, here's the question, here's an answer. And it's a very simple email with a 2-minute YouTube video in it. But the bottom line is what I'm doing is, and this is why it's been very effective for me, is that instead of it's just like, what you might see is like, hey, send me your email and I'll give you this PDF, or send me your email and I'll give you this one thing, is that they're giving me permission, and they know going in is that every day for a week, they're going to get an email from me. So it's a little bit of an onboarding process, but it's also they get used to seeing my name pop up in their inbox every day for a week. And it's proven so far to be pretty good content for the audience that I'm going after. But as you said a minute ago, what it really comes down to is what am I offering worthy enough or of enough value that somebody is willing to trade their email address for? And that's really the question. That's the value proposition for a lead magnet.
Yeah, it needs to have that threshold. It needs to be relevant to what they want right now, whatever they may have been Googling or clicking on, and it needs to have enough perceived value. So we have some examples, a specific training or case study, a bundle of info, a free course or workshop. That's kind of what you're doing, Michael. And I think that's what we're going to do here with Hustle Sauce. We're going to offer some series of information that has perceived value. You might have a specific tool or a template. A lot of B2B businesses, I've used work cheat sheets and things like that in the past for real estate. Free trials or accounts at Thanks.io, we give away a free trial. That's pretty straightforward. If you do have a software as a service, or you have a membership site, you could give away a free level. Webinar registrations are great, right, Michael? Just to get somebody on live, and then you get the email through Zoom or whatever, go to webinar, whatever you're using, or some kind of coupon or promo. So you're definitely going to want to think about this, I think, is one of the first steps in your business. What's the piece of content that I've been creating that's compelling enough to trade an email for?
Yeah. And I would, and something that's worked for me is put yourself in the shoes of the person you're trying to attract. And you think, well, gosh, it's an email. Like, what's it like? So what? It's it's bob@gmail.com or something like that. But just remember, you don't want your inbox filled with junk. So people are the same as you. So like these are great examples. I'll just throw in, I've seen templates work really, really well. Up that value, make sure that it's don't underestimate the power of that email. And that's what this whole episode is about, not underestimating the power of an email list. But don't underestimate what it's going to take to get somebody to give you their email. So give them, if you can do a workshop and templates and whatever, do it, because it's going to be worth it, because they're going to go into that relationship immediately feeling like they've already gotten a lot of value from you for free, or as it would be just for the exchange of the email address.
Yep. So let's, this is a little abstract. Let's spend 5 minutes jumping in and actually start to build out a lead magnet. And I think we've probably glossed over the actual tools that you need to do this. And you are going to need some kind of tool that will allow you to build a landing page, and also actually house the email list so that you can send mail. Michael, I know you use MailChimp. I've probably used, 50 of these things over the years. You play with all of them. One that I've kind of gravitated toward in the last, say, 6 months or so is ConvertKit. You may have seen that out in the wild. You can use our affiliate link if you want to support the venture here at hustlesauce.info/ConvertKit if you want to get a free account. And one of the nice things about ConvertKit is that you can actually get a free account and start using it without using a credit card. And they have a landing page builder. So, Michael, sound cool? I'm going to jump in and just start building our Hustle Sauce.
Yeah, I'd be curious your opinion whenever you go into a service. Again, I use MailChimp, you're using ConvertKit. A lot of these will give you these templates, these choose your templates. Like, do you find that choosing these templates are good, or do you, I mean, I know you're going to show more, but, or do you just try to build your own?
So a lot of times these solutions are going to have in-house designers who design the template, but they're not necessarily going to be built by people who've actually had to market for a living. So I'm glad you answered that question. So just be careful. Don't expect that what they're giving you out of the box is going to convert. But you at least want to get started. One of the reasons I do like ConvertKit is I feel at visual inspection, as what we have on the screen here, and when I first encountered them, and I have used a number of their pages at this point, that they are built pretty well to convert. One kind of rule of thumb that I like to follow is less is more, especially when you're not a seasoned copywriter and you haven't done a ton of this. You're almost better leaning toward less on the page. And I think, Michael, we've gone through that together where we have these one headline squeeze pages for your podcast coach, right?
Yeah, and I'll say that because I'm not a good copywriter, and in my attempt to create copy, I created too much. So when we did, and we'll talk about A/B testing later, but when we compared Ryan's page to my page, Ryan's page was white page, black, black type, get your free resource here, enter email and address, and mine was telling a terribly unedited story. Ryan's page always converted better. So just definitely worth noting that less is more.
So I'm going to scroll through here. I'm going to assume you know how to go get your free ConvertKit account. They have this landing pages section right here. You can click on that, click add new, and you'll get to this kind of library templates. And I always look for what looks like it's going to be the simplest. So my eyes are going right here to this Centennial version. So I'm going to choose that. We're going to need to put, there's a spot for the logo, I believe. Oh, I don't see it there. But you can see, you can kind of point and click and edit everything. One of the reasons I like ConvertKit is if you are totally new, really simple to do. And then we'll do start. They have this kind of pre-headline here. A lot of times I'd be tempted to just take that off. Let's just take it off for the purposes of this episode. Maybe I can add it in later. And let's do free is a powerful word. Free 10 episode training series shows you how to launch and monetize a digital side hustle fast. Right. So I've written, Michael, as you know, I've written tons of these, thousands of landing pages. And what I do know, I'm able to belt this out. What I do know is that this is probably not what we're going to land on. This is going to end up being split tested and changed a whole bunch of times. But I like to just start with a formulaic kind of approach like this, where I offer something free and then convey some benefit. So I say what it is, and then what's it give you, right? So it's a free 10 episode training series. And then it shows you something, how to launch and monetize a digital side hustle fast. And then a lot of times, just a tip, speed, humans, everybody wants instant fast. So we'll put that right there. You got something there, Michael? Comment on that? Yeah.
No, I'm just agreeing with you on that, that it is definitely something that if you can do, that's why you see, launch your business in 3 days or whatever, that speed is an effective way to convert. And, kind of that, because we've used that word convert, just a really quick, all we're saying when we say convert is that process, doing something that gets that email address and their name, if you do that in that little box that you're typing on right now.
Yeah. So what I'm doing, so I'm doing this live on this episode. I'm going to refine this, and I just have some kind of like a sub headline: instantly access episode 1 now. You'll instantly receive episode 1 by email, and then every day for the next 10 days, you'll see more of the series. I need to word this a little better, but basically the idea here is we're setting them up that they're going to get something cool right now. I probably want to give some specificity in what's going to be in episode 1. What I might also do in a series like this, Michael, later, we can show people in the next episode, I might actually bullet point out the name of each episode. So there's high perceived value, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and what the topic is. And then we'll change the submit button, instant free access, something like that is always going to work. And then again, the beauty of ConvertKit in my mind, look how easy it is for me to start to change some of the design, and in our case, I'm probably going to put the Hustle Sauce logo up top somewhere just because it's kind of an interesting thing, right? So let's see, can I find that real quick? Hustle Sauce jar. You guys get the point. Always tough to do this live as we record, but what we'll do on the next episode, I might have a supplemental video. I'll show more of the refinement of this landing page, and also, how it gets designed. But this is all you need. Really simple. I'm going to click save and publish. This is probably enough. And the whole idea, I'll get rid of this other text later. The whole idea is that somebody's going to land on this page, and when they get here, they're either going to poop or get off the pot. Right? That's a good way to put it. Like you got no other options. There's no navigation. There's no long story, as Michael alluded to. He had these landing pages, which can definitely work if you're skilled. But when you're just getting started and you just need to get something out the door, hit them in the lizard brain with a very clear offer. And then they're either going to give you their email address or they're going to leave. And pages like this can convert anywhere from 30, 40, all the way up to 80% or so, of people into being on your email list.
Yeah, and you said it earlier, and I'll just say it again: less is more. And I think it's worth noting, you worked on this for 5 minutes, and you've got a landing page that high likelihood is it's going to convert. High likelihood is that you're going to have some people that are going to sign up for this. And I think that's the whole point of Hustle Sauce, is to show you that a lot of these things are actually really easy to do. Not to overthink it, take that ready, fire, aim approach and just get it done so that you can start building your email list fast.
Yeah. One other very important thing, as I'm doing this on my screen here, just keep in mind that a lot of your traffic is also going to be mobile. So you can see me here testing the view. Always test it on your phone, and ConvertKit does a nice job of giving us a nice looking mobile page. I'll edit out some of these spaces and stuff here, but yeah, in a couple of minutes, we've got a page that I can start to drive traffic to. We could drive traffic to, and then what's nice about a ConvertKit, a Mailchimp, a lot of these Aweber, ActiveCampaign, all these things, is that as people come in here, they're already going to be on a list inside of ConvertKit that we can then send mass emails to. But takeaways, Michael, I guess go find yourself an email marketing software. If you don't have one already, check out ConvertKit at hustlesauce.info/ConvertKit. What else? Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. I mean, and there's a couple of other things that I think we can talk about as far as email list, and maybe we can do that in the next episode or that sort of thing. But I think it's just really, really, really crucial to just start. And I think maybe again, next episode, the episode after that, let's dive into other ways when you're just getting started, on ways that you can build your email list that go beyond just a landing page. But this is one of those things where just start so that people know it's like opening your business. Like you can't open your business unless you got a front door, and this is the front door to your business.
Yeah. So let's leave it here, Michael. Definitely think about your lead magnet as you're creating your content. Think about which of the pieces of content might be good. Maybe you want to give away a series. And then I love to geek out on this stuff. If you need any help or want Michael and I to just look at your page and give you an opinion, or you want help coming up with what the lead magnet is, just email us info@hustlesauce.info. Anything else, Michael?
No, man, that's it. Can I do my new outro?
Yeah, do it.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode 7 of Hustle Sauce, as Ryan just said. hustlesauce.info, episode 7, to get all the links and see all the notes. I want you to catch all our episodes by clicking on these links above, and don't forget to subscribe. You can do it by clicking the button on YouTube, or if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, you can follow us on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, or like I said, wherever you are listening. And I'll just say it again. If you want us to review your landing page, if you want us to check out anything that you're doing with your hustle, that's why we're here. info@hustlesauce.info. And thanks for checking out this episode of Hustle Sauce.
I love the outro. From now on, you need to say Hustle Sauce. And I think we should do an episode. I want to learn about the science that goes into these outros and intros that you do. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.